Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Cousins in at the 4-man position. Now, here's Doncic. Finney-Smith can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now, here's Doncic. It's Richardson on the wing, defended by Beverley. Porzingis shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Now, here's Beverley. Clippers moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. George passes to Cousins. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Now the Mavericks with it. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And Doncic, here we go, and the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Now here's Beverley. It's George on the wing. Porzingis against Cousins. Left side, George. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by Marjanovic. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Finney-Smith can't get it to go.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Kept alive. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him.
He was too aggressive. That's already his 2nd foul. We haven't even gotten out of the first quarter.
Now here's Beverley. Morris finds George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 5 points so far.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Here's Doncic. Cuts it 5 from 18. From about 16, they get it again, and stolen by Cousins. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. Here's George. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. And that one's good. Leonard.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now, here's Richardson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside, Porzingis. To the inside. Here's Marjanovic. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
1:07 left in the first quarter of the game. Leonard against Porzingis. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
Doncic with it. Richardson outside. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Shoots over Leonard. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Right side Leonard. Ibaka controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Here's Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Doncic. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 3. Will be Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball. You know?
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ibaka, and it's man in at the small forward position. Jackson passes to Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Ibaka, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I love how Ibaka's developed this little pump fake. If you're the defense, you can't overreact against him.
First trip to the line for him here.
And he hit 72% of his foul shots a season ago, but I'm not sure he's real thrilled with those numbers.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Runs in the pass to Hardaway. Over Kennard. Stolen by Jackson. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard's got the ball.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
Mavericks trail by 5. And here's Brunson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Kleba. Out to Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. The putback. Rebound by the Clippers. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Hardaway with it. Leonard picks him up. Hardaway, no good.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Back to George. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Mavericks trailed by 5. Now Doncic. There's the 3. Cousins pulls it in.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Nobody near George. Nails the 16-footer. George has got 7.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you."
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. George against Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Ooh, the craftiness of PG-13. Awesome job pulling the defender and jumping into the contact.
Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Doncic with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on George.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul him.
He hits both from the stripe. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. A clear look for George. And that one is off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
There's the pass to George. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
And here is Hardaway. From 17 feet out. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them. And
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Maxi Kleba is out there with Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Out to Hardaway. A 3-ball. Sinks the triple. Hardaway has got 5 now. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. 4 on the shot clock. Leonard, no luck.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Cauley Stein kicks to Kleba. Hardaway dishes to Cauley Stein. Lets it go from deep. Hardaway, no good. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Mann. Makes it off the glass.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Now here's Brunson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Hardaway with a wide open look. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And Dallas going with the whole new group out there. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Leonard looking around. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Kennard against Richardson. Kennard, the pass to Mann. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Jackson against Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle, and stolen by Richardson. Jackson against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Jackson with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Back to Jackson. Right side, Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Back to Brunson for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 1:31 left in the third quarter. The drive by Jackson. Passes it to Mann. Kennard for 3. That shot, no good.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Cauley Stein kicks to Kleba. Hardaway for 3. That one's not going to go. And the Clippers will come the other way.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
That one drops for him.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
Pass to Hardaway. There's 48 seconds left in the third.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Pass to Ibaka. And stolen by CLA Stein. Now the Mavericks moving it up. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Powell.
A beautiful pass to lead his teammate right to the hoop.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Jackson feeds to Leonard. 6 to shoot. It's good. Leonard's got 14.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Brunson scanning the floor. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. We've got Patrick Beverley, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Doncic outside. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Clippers leading by 4. George with the ball. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Zubac finds Cousins.
The incredible wingspan of DeMarcus. Doesn't have to get too far off the ground to throw it down.
Here's Doncic. Dishes it to Richardson. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Porzingis with the ball. 5 on the clock. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Morris with the rebound. The Clippers shooting impressively throughout at 62%. And Beverley kicks to Zubac. George against Doncic. George passes to Morris. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. George against Doncic. He dishes it to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Beverley looking around. Outside for George. Morris outside. George against Doncic. George passes to Cousins. Offline with the baseline jumper. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And here is Doncic. Eight feet away. That one a little long.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
George. And no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Powell, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Out to Doncic for the three. Rebound by the Clippers.
Okay, when you're trying to make a comeback, you can't be hucking up low percentage threes. You have to find a better shot within the offense.
Richardson against George. To the inside. Powell with the steal.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
And I don't think they will. The problem is they've waited too long to make a move.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Doncic. Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
As crafty as he is explosive, Kawhi Leonard gets the defender where he wants him. Gets to the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big 2-possession game now.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Porzingis. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Porzingis is a dependable late-game scoring option.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. George against Doncic. Outside, George, just 5 to shoot. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. Now, here's Doncic to tie it up. Buries the triple. And, oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
And the Clippers call time here. The score knotted at 43. 1 second left to play in the final quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. And let's...
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. We've got Damian Lillard. Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. And for Los Angeles, they've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Cousins in at center. Now here's Lillard. Back to Giles. Nurkic trying to get open, and it's Giles missing.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack. And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And the pass to Simons. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Morris trying to free himself up. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Lillard left side. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
Pass to Simons. Giles kicks to Covington. From about 16, Portland again missing.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. George finds Cousins, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And I know they don't really want him to walk in there, but there's got to be some resistance on Cousins when he gets positioned that deep.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. 20 feet out. Can't hit that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there. Just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hands.
Lillard against Beverly. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And they've got to keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of him.
Cousins against Nurkic. Cousins, the pass to George. Count it. Good. George has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
The Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard, the pass to Simons. Here's Giles. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Jackson against Lillard. Stripped away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Jackson. Back to Kennard. Outside for Jackson. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Lillard.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
McCollum's checked in for Anferny Simons. Jackson finds Leonard. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. But they'll get another chance.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. McCollum outside. Here's Jones. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option. Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And here's Jackson. Pass to Ibaka. Leonard on the wing. Count that bucket.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers ahead, up by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Well, earlier, Damian.
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the floor for Portland, Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Cantor in at the 5. Trailblazers trail by 3. Anthony finds McCollum. Kennard with the rebound.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And Portland has possession after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's McCollum. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Outside Leonard. Back to Jackson. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Leonard, no luck. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's McCollum. Lays it up and banks it in. McCollum's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, as his confidence grows, McCollum gets himself into attack mode, and that's where his game goes to another level. Beautiful drive by the young phenom.
Now here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Hollis Jefferson after the Clippers pick up 2. Dishes to Cantor. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Stolen by Beverly. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He can't get that one. Excellent D there from George. And Cousins kicks to Zubac. To the middle. Stolen by Cantor. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Anthony. Puts the move on. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
In Portland, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit,
that's something you'll be happy with.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
Now, here's George. He has 6. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
And George drops them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Morris passes to Beverly. The shot by George, wide open. Hands the shot with nobody near him. George has got 4 points this quarter.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Lillard misses.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, what a complete center.
Now, here's Lillard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Connects from three-point range.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
The three from George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Simons the pass to Giles. Kicks it out to Lillard. Pass to Giles. Clock at 4, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Giles has got his second bucket of the night.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And the first one drops.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Lillard with it. No good on the last second attempt there.
Blessed.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of that. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, thanks for joining.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's man in at the 3. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And that one misses. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. That's short off the rim.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Clippers trail by 3. George looking over the floor. Down low. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's the man you want running into the pick and roll. It's Paul George at the helm. He's got the ball and makes a great play.
Simons the pass to Lillard. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Lillard no good on the free throw.
But you got quicks, you got instincts, and you got aggression. Damian Lillard capable of taking over just about any time he wants.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Trailblazers leading by 3. Pass to Simons. It's Covington on the wing. Defended by George. Nobody near Nurkic.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer. His touch has left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Now, here's Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Giles. Kennard covering. Inside. Here's Giles. Kennard covering. Here's Nurkic. Lillard outside. Covington passes to Giles. Nurkic. Great positioning on the putback.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
It's Jackson with the drive. That one misses. Good work defensively by Jones. Trailblazers keep it alive. Here's Cantor. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Good work defensively by Jones. Trailblazers leading by 6. Anthony, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, the size, length, and power of Cantor on full display that time.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Leonard with the ball. Jones covering, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first free throw of the game.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
Now here's McCollum. Passes it to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Lets the 3 fly. They grab their own miss, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
Jackson misses. Trailblazers have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Jones, no luck.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Ibaka dishes to Leonard. Man passes to Leonard. Now the pass to man, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Clippers have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And the Clippers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. Portland leading by 7. Now McCollum. Pass to Cantor. McCollum dishes to Cantor. From deep three-point range. McCollum, no good.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
And he's able to get it back. 27 seconds left in the third. McCollum outside. This is his first trip to the line tonight. The throw good, McCollum.
A lot of questions in the early part of C.J. McCollum's career about could he become a valuable scorer in the league and really what position would he play. But after being the 10th overall pick in 2013, he's answered those questions.
Leonard with no one around. No good with the triple. Anthony looking it over. Shoots over Leonard.
And can you not love the tenacity of Leonard? One of the best defenders to enter the league in quite some time.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. What a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court right now for the Trail Blazers. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's McCollum in at the point guard. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now here's Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Pass to Simons. Back to Lillard. From the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now, here is Morris. George, that's a 2-pointer. Lillard with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Covington's shot is off.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Now, here's George. Albert Covington unable to get his last shot to go.
And Paul George in the mid-range area just dominating that possession.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Back to Lillard. Outside Covington. Portland again missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And George gets it to go.
Well, defender just a little too late in reacting. Gets a piece of Paul George, but a piece, that's not enough.
Lillard outside. Fires from deep. Passes it to McCollum. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Lots of ways that CJ can burn you right there. Super effective on the inside.
Clippers trail by 5. Outside, George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in for Harry Giles. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
For the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Thank you, David.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
Leonard against Anthony. Leonard with the bucket.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Lillard bounce pass. Here's Anthony. Misses off the left iron.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
2 points. That one goes. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Known as a coachable guy with a very positive attitude, Kanter has to be feeling good on that shot.
Here's Leonard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one's on Anthony.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one. Not with so much riding it.
Lillard misses, and the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Cousins becoming more focused at being a better passer and a more efficient shooter, improving some of the aspects of his game that have made him an all-star in the NBA.
Now here's Lillard. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's good on the layup. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Portland's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Lillard attacking. He doesn't hit that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Down low, Leonard with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the... What a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Now, here's Lillard. He dishes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Kanter trying to free himself up. Yes!
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
George passes to Cousins. Leonard kicks to Cousins. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
9 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Lillard way outside. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. That was a fun. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The beaches of Santa Monica. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Porter is out there at Bowl. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. And for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1. And that's a foul called on Bol. That's his first foul. And here are the Clippers now. Puts it up from 12. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. How fast does he get off his feet?
Back to Barton. And Barton throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Murray surveying the D. To the inside. Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Here's Murray, and it's denied.
Wow, Patrick Beverly, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
Here's Cousins. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on Will Barton. The Clippers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. He hits the second from the line. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Murray dishes to Barton. Pass to Bull. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Wow, how about the start to this game? Taking excellent shots, capitalizing on everything the defense is giving him. This is great stuff.
Now, here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's Beverly after the basket by Will Barton. Los Angeles with another miss. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, and it's Murray with the jam.
And the quick feet of Murray, really doing an extraordinary job getting out in transition.
Barton against George. And it's Denver with the rebound.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Rivers. Millsap inside. Here's Gordon. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Ibaka kicks to Kennard. And it's Rivers with the rebound. The Nuggets now on offense. They're on a 14-4 run. Gordon with no one around. And it's off from three-point range. Leonard against Gordon. Clippers moving the ball around. Denver leading by 10. Millsap passes to Morris. Rivers kicks to Millsap. To the middle. It's deflected. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. With the putback. Rebound by JaVale McGee. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Here's Rivers. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Rivers against Kennard. Pass to man. Here's Leonard. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. And so it's Denver in the driver's seat, up 8 points. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. And there's Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Clippers trail by 8. Jackson finds Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Morris against Jackson. Shoots it. And it's Gordon missing. Gordon's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. A finish. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist from Ibaka. Leonard's got 6 points.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Here's Gordon. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
So it's the Clippers now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Stolen by McGee. Here's Millsap. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the Clippers call time here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Clippers trail by 8. Beverly the pass to George. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
Murray. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the game.
And if you're drawing up your starting five for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Now here's Murray. He has 5. Here's Barton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Murray, we know, can be streaky great. Still mid-30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with the hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
George against Barton. And George kicks to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Three-pointer. George, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Murray, no good.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And that one's good. Beverly.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverly finding a driving lane and finishing.
Here's Barton after the Clippers pick up 2. He kicks it to Bull. Gets a very good look and converts. And the Nuggets lead by 9.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
George, no good. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Deep 2 from Murray. And it's Bull that time on the assist by Murray. Bulls got the lead up to 11 now for Denver.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Beverly the pass to George. Got a piece of it.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power. Hammering down the two-hand slam. And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
Beverly dishes to George. Zubac the pass to George. Shot clock at 5. No good on the triple. Jokic with the bucket.
It's a...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They lead by 15. Kenny, how'd you see it? And that...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kind of like what Will Barton has done in this game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, they've got Jamal Murray. Porter is out there with Bull. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the 2 spot.
I'll tell you this, if DeMarcus Cousins is on my team, I'm trying to give him an opportunity to finish near the rim every time up the floor.
And so here's Denver. After the Clippers pick up 2. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Doesn't go for him. Nice D from Cousins. Clippers trail by 13. The dunk and the foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots at the game right here.
Well, you think back to DeMarcus Cousins' career. Because of his skill set on the low block, he has spent a lot of time at the foul line.
There's the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. The kick out to Barton. Murray outside. Pulls up. And another miss by Denver.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Off target from outside.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Jokic with the bucket.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
And here are the Clippers now. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Morris outside. Passes it to George. Now here's Zubac. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
God, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies at will on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
Here's Murray after the Clippers pick up 2. It's Bol, top of the key. Pass to Jokic. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul for the Nuggets. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Morris passes to Bol. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Bol's got 6 points.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Now here's Barton. 8 points for him. Bol. And with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Jackson. It's blocked. And he recovers it. Kennard on the wing. They get the rebound.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi mixing it up.
Barton surveying the floor. The pass to Jokic. Over Ibaka. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
Outside for Millsap. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
It's his first trip to the line. And Morris drops them both. Off the inbound. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nuggets ahead, up by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's man in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now here's Leonard. 5 to shoot. Yep, that one goes.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Morris into the lane. And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Now Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Patrick Beverly is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Beverly.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
The Nuggets leading by 3. And here's Rivers. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Leonard. Yep, that one goes in there. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
Kawhi Leonard has averaged 25-plus across multiple seasons. We are talking about an elite scorer.
Now, here is Morris. Rivers passes to Millsap. Kicks to Gordon. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the Clippers call time here. Gotta like what Will Barton has done in this game.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Denver also making a switch. Millsap's checked in. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
And Porter, here we go. And that one, good.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
Now, here is George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
That free throw good from George.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
And Murray's got the ball here for the Nuggets. Passes to Jokic. Back to Murray. Denver passing it around. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
The Clippers trail. Outside, George. Back to Leonard. To take the lead. And it's sent back by Jokic. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's Murray. Jokic kicks to Millsap. The dish now to Murray. Back to Millsap. Over to the left wing. Stolen by Zubac. Morris, left side. Dishes it to Leonard. Pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Murray with it. Leonard's there, and he gets it to go. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Let's have to now review the personal foul in question.
When it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Sweet move. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game. Huge.
Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
Now here's Leonard. That one doesn't drop. Good defense by Jokic. Bull the pass to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Just refusing to back down when the spotlight's brightest. Porter outstanding at taking over here in the clutch.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. That speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball. Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
Now, here's George. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Bull. Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
And here's Denver. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now here's Murray. Here's Jokic. The rebound by Ibaka.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
Well, those are essential free throws to make a 3-point lead. It's going to take something from long range now to tie this game.
The 3 from George. Misses the 3. Curry finds Millsap over George. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Greetings, everyone. Well, here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Cousins in at the 4 spot. And for Dallas, we've got Luka Doncic. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Doncic. Nailed from three-point land. Doncic has got the opening field goal of the game for Dallas. Now Beverley. And Leonard has it in the corner. It's not going to go for him. Now Dallas takes it the other way, and they're moving it up. Here's Finney-Smith. Off target from three-point range. And here's Los Angeles. It's a three-point game.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Here's Doncic, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Clock at 6. Porzingis kicks to Brunson.
The nastiness, the edge that's nasty, the ferocity that Beverley plays with, really admirable.
Porzingis finds Marjanovic. Doncic against Cousins. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Doncic with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Jumps up. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Doncic using quick, active hands. The fast break started beautifully because of it.
This is it to Leonard. Back to Beverley. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Doncic feeling it out. And they double up Doncic. Finney-Smith gets hauled in by Los Angeles. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Leonard. Cousins trying to free himself up. Another shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there for the Clippers. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein a presence defensively.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
George against Richardson. Here's Patterson. Back to George. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Richardson, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
Now, here's Richardson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 50 seconds left to play in the first. Mann passes to Patterson. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Mavericks leading. Moving it up. Hardaway dishes to Richardson. Richardson missing again. Clippers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Kennard's shot is off.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Hardaway passes to Melly. Here's Richardson over George. Here's Melly. Richardson trying to break loose. Second chance shot. And no good that time. And a deep 3 from George. And no good on the last second attempt this time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Melly in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Richardson with it. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by George. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. To the paint, Powell with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Cauley Stein dishes to Richardson. Kicks to Powell. The pass to Melly. A second chance effort. Not going to go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Richardson gets a wide open look. Shot clock reset for Dallas. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. The Clippers trail. Pass to Mann. And it's all evened up.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now, here's Richardson. Outside Hardaway. Over Patterson. Just 5 to shoot. Hardaway with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Hardaway, no good.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
And George with the stuff.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
Yeah, he's known for his finesse game, guys, but Porzingis showing you there. He's got some power to his game, too.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you've got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Here's Brunson. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. The three for Doncic. Cousins pulls it in. There's a minute 34 left in the first half. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Doncic with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Takes the three. Craps in the tray. Doncic has got 6 points.
Boy, it's so impressive you see Doncic at his size handle the ball the way he does. As a defender, he can really put you on your heels.
Beverly finds Morris. Brunson against Beverly. Mavericks with the rebound. There's 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Doncic against Cousins. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Morris.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
And here is Doncic. 6 points for him. Beyond the arc. No good that time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. And that'll do it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Patrick Beverly out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Cousins in at the 4. The 3 for Doncic. No good on that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Beverly against Brunson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Porzingis.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that. Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
And an intentional foul right there. Hardaway from outside. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Here's man, guarded by Hardaway. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
Ibaka hits both of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Now here's Richardson. Outside Hardaway. Just 5 on the clock. Now the Clippers moving it up. By himself, rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Richardson dishes to Powell. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Hardaway against Kennard. Hardaway, no good. Los Angeles leading by 5. Stolen by George. Passes it to Mann. Here's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Mann's got 7 points.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
Here's Richardson. Clippers able to drain the 3 to the inside. Powell and the dunk by Powell.
Well, that's a smart play from Richardson there. His teammates love how hard he works to create opportunities for him.
Here's George. But they recover it. On the pass to Kennard. Tries again. It's rebounded by Dallas. 1:15 left here in the third quarter. Feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Here's Powell. He kicks it to Cauley-Stein. Melly passes to Richardson. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflection.
Here's Melly. Sinks the three-pointer. Melly's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Los Angeles calls timeout. 52 seconds left to play in the third. Richardson against George. And he banks in the layup. He's got 8.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Richardson. There's the dish to Powell. Back to Richardson from outside the arc. Shot clock reset for Dallas. Hardaway kicks to Richardson. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 5.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
George against Richardson. Outside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Ferocity on that throwdown from Paul George.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing zone. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Dallas. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Mavericks trail by 7. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
And that one, good. Patterson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Clippers. Now, Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
And the Clippers call time here. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. He's checked in for the Mavericks. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. You may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
And that one's good. Beverly's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Back to Doncic. Shoots over Leonard. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Leonard gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 13.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Clippers.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
George is checked in for Marcus Morris. So it's the Mavericks now. It's a 14-point game. Doncic kicks the foul. Here's Porzingis. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Richardson against Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to George. From deep. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to George. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Now, here's George. He's guarded close. Just 4 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here.
And Powell is a really reliable defender. I mean, he's excellent using his length and his quickness to throw shooters off.
Doncic finds Powell. Out to Doncic. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Clippers.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Leonard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
He throw good, Paul George.
And if you want to talk about the best two-way players in the NBA, George's name would be high on the list for sure. I mean, that's the kind of presence he has at both ends of the court.
Here's Richardson, and a slam dunk by Richardson.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's George. Launches it. The shot that time, not on target. No good there. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We bring you tonight into Portland over the Burn and the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverley. Ivica Zubac is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Robert Covington. He's out there at Nurkic. Damian Lillard out there with Giles, and it's Simons in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Lillard. Clock at 6. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Los Angeles.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Pass to Nurkic. To the middle. Here's Simons. And it's sent back by George. The pass to Cousins. Here's Zubac. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Amazing floor awareness from Cousins. Skilled at spotting the open man.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Simons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. George with the ball. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. From deep. Lillard with the rebound. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Lillard. Pass to Simons. They double him with George. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Clippers now. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Here's Simons. Back to Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Left side, George. He can't get that one to fall. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Simons. And that one is stuffed right through.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
And here we go with Giles running it up the court. And Lillard throws it down.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now, here's Kennard. Kicks it out to Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A true go-to option on offense. Leonard knows this team depends on him to take and make those big shots.
Here's Powell. Dishes it to McCollum. There's the triple. That one, no good. Clippers leading by 3. And finished off by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Powell. McCollum outside. Down low, Jones. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Back to Leonard. And the layup falls. Leonard's got 7 points. Trailblazers trail by 5. Now Powell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Back to McCollum. The tray. Here's Jones. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Leonard. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. From about 19 feet, that one off the back iron and out.
Now that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
And stolen by Patterson. Now the Clippers moving it up. It's tipped. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 7. Kennard for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back right after this. When Damian...
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Well, credit the coaching. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Baca is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's man in at the 3. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Lillard outside. Cranes the three-pointer. Lillard's got 5.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches it.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And it's Beverly missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Powell kicks to McCollum. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. McCollum outside from deep three-point range. The putback and staying with the play. Anthony's got it back down to single digits to the Trailblazers.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Morris, no good. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Stolen by Zubac. Left side, George. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the basket by McCollum.
Continues to try his luck from way outside. McCollum knows he has the range to knock these down.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
George passes to Beverly. And here is Cousins. Over McCollum, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And just a remarkable shot fake from Cousins. He really keeps the defense nervous when he has the rock.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. McCollum dishes to Powell. Here's McCollum. He feeds it to Jones. He kicks to Cantor. Another shot. Rebound by the Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Rondo. The shot's good on the assist by George. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Well, for a point guard, despite shaky range, Rondo has a pretty good field goal percentage for his career. A lot of that is shot selection.
McCollum passes to Cantor. Back to McCollum. This one for three. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Inside and stolen by Cousins. Morris outside. Feeds to George. Out to Morris. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Buries the long-range jumper.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three at almost 60% for the game.
McCollum finds Cantor. Back to McCollum. Pass to Cantor. And it's McCollum in the corner. Over Rondo. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Nice contest by Cantor. This is a portion of his game he's improved on. Effort on D.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their defense.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, back. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, what was... And that'll do it for us, the third.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Yeah, he's busting his tail, making his presence known. A great job defensively so far.
Powell is out there with McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony. And it's Jones in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
As crafty as they come. George has lots of experience when it comes to mixing up defenders.
Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
I'll tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assist list. incredible career that keeps going.
Now the pass to Simons. Back to Lillard. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Zubats. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. A 12-point game. Rondo kicks to Cousins. And he makes good on the layup.
The bruising power of Cousins. Once he gets in prime position, he goes straight to work.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Over Morris. Lillard misses. Clippers leading by 14. Here's Rondo, and it's blocked. And they'll keep possession.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And they go to the intentional foul. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Lillard attacking, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
So crafty with driving to the rim. Whether it's scoring or getting to the line, Lillard simply makes the play.
Oh, free throw is good from Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the ball. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Kennard finds Ibaka. Passes it to Leonard. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Portland on defense. They trail by 14. Pass to Mann. Back to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 5 on the clock. Here's Leonard. Portland grabs the miss. Panthers got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Anthony. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Cantor. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Clippers leading by 16. Kennard on the wing. To the paint, here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. Doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
Here's Anthony, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Anthony's got 6.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
1:35 left to play here in the third. Back to Cantor. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now the Clippers moving it up. And that one is good. And the Clippers lead by 20.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And a wide open look for McCollum. But they get it back. Back to Cantor. Kicks it to Jones. McCollum deciding where to go with it. 4 on the clock. Trailblazers keep it alive. Jones finds Powell. Back to Jones. Now here's Powell. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And here we go. Clippers running again. The feed now to Ibaka. Oh, that's blocked.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen, can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
The Clippers have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Again, McCollum missing.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
For Los Angeles, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good. Here's McCollum. There's the dish to Cantor. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, known for his unique personality, Cantor also remains a solid role player, someone his teammates enjoy playing with.
For Portland, they have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. And so they foul intentionally.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Patrick Patterson is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3. And here's George. The pass to Beverly. Back to George. The 3. And Cantor pulls it down.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Anthony. Nice D from Cousins.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
George passes to Beverly. Now Zubats, covered by Anthony. Out to Morris. Outside, George. An absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 9 points here in the second half. McCollum outside. Offensive rebound. And Cantor able to finish.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Outside, George. From deep. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. Cantor's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Lillard against Beverly. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's George for 3. And Cousins kicks to Beverly. The shot by George, wide open. The three-pointer is right on target.
And it's looking like he got his long-range touchback after the break. I mean, that's his second 3 of the half after none in the first.
Lillard misses.
Knowing the kind of competitor he is, I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Ibaka comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a deep 3 from George. And it's Portland with the rebound.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
Giles in the corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And Lillard gets it to go.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. With his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The three. Los Angeles with another miss. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Leonard with the steal. George looking around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 21 in the game.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You see more teams doing this nowadays. We all are firmly entrenched in the era of the three ball.
From deep. The rebound by Simons.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
I mean, he had a plan for how to attack the D. He executed and never let up. Relentless offensive basketball.
The deep three from George. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Lets it fly from 18. 18 that time from Leonard. Here's Los Angeles now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. George with the bucket.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. Just a total team effort.
Lillard way outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Lillard's not going to let you get away with that. He wants those 3 points back, and he gets them quick.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. And for the Nuggets, they've got Nikola Jokic. Murray out there with Will Barton. Then there's Bull. And it's Porter in at the small forward. Now here's Murray. Barton kicks to Jokic. 4 on the shot clock. Murray finds Barton. Tries from 10. Jokic, no good.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Here's Morris. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Murray right side. Here's Bull, goes back up. Back to Jokic with the clock winding down. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
The Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
And so just over a minute and a half played. George with the bounce pass. Cousins, the pass to Zubac. Outside for George. And the three off target. The Nuggets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Out to the wing. Murray finds Jokic. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Jokic passes to Murray. It's stolen by Morris. Pass to Zubac. Ahead. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Patrick Beverley is a tone setter. Someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Now here's Murray. Porter kicks to Murray. Shot clock at 3. Takes the 13-footer. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Here's Beverley. Outside, George launches a 3. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And stolen by Patterson. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's man. Gordon with the defensive effort. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Millsap's running. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And there's a minute 45 left in the first. Morris against Leonard. Outside for Millsap. To the inside. Here's Gordon. Nice move. Spiked away. They retain possession. Leonard with the steal.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
And here are the Nuggets now after the basket by Los Angeles. Morris passes to McGee. Misses the layup.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Leonard draws the double. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Good on the shot.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
Morris looking over the floor. Passes to Gordon. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Rivers dishes to McGee. No good on that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Morris. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Second chance shot, and the rejection by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Yes. Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Morris into the lane. Gordon. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the replay center out in Secaucus delivering the footage, and guys, it sure...
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot.
Selfless. I mean, you need to took your pride, you took your ego out.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Denver, Aaron Gordon out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Morris in at the 1. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Leonard.
Yeah, a former 5-star recruit. We know about the talent level with Porter, but he's also a mature, hard-working guy.
And Beverly kicks to George. Back to Beverly. Barton against George. Down low, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Nuggets trail. Now here's Murray. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Jokic against Beverly. And it's Jokic missing. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Cousins. Jokic against Zubac. Cousins trying to free himself up, and that one's good. Beverly.
Strong three-point shooter throughout his career. Can't afford to allow Beverly much room from out there.
There's the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo!
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Barton against George. Barton, no luck.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
For Denver, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Morris passes to Rivers. Outside Gordon. Out to Morris. Just 4 to shoot. Out got a hand on it.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Pass to Kennard. Ibaka against Gordon. Ibaka, this is to Leonard. Misses from close range. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And it's Gordon penetrating. And McGee kicks to Millsap. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Out to Morris. Shoots from the elbow. Here's McGee. Pass to Gordon. Rivers with it. Fires the 3. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Leonard on the wing. Passes it to Mann. Millsap with the steal. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. And then Gordon with the dunk.
An extremely well-conditioned athlete. Gordon is an effective option on fast break.
The pass to Kennard. Back to Leonard. It's good. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Morris outside, and it's McGee. It's off the key. Feeds it to Gordon. It's tipped. Kicks it to Rivers. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have a narrow 3-point lead. Kenny, what? And that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Morris with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Porter. Rebound by the Clippers.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Pass to Zubac. He kicks it to George. And then jammed down as he goes right over Jokic.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Murray finds Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubas. Porter passes to Bull. Here's Jokic. He drains it from the right block. Now just a three-point Clipper lead.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Beverly against Murray. Back to Beverly. The shot, no good. Murray with the defensive effort. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Jokic passes to Murray. The dish to Bull. Outside for Murray. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
The kick out to Porter. Pass to Jokic. Over Ibaka. Barton outside. Back to Murray. Bull, the pass to Barton. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. The offensive rebound. Jokic on the follow.
Boy, you better be mindful of that wingspan that Jokic possesses, especially when he's attacking the backboard.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations, logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason. Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close. You know, as this game has gone along, his concentration has deteriorated. They've lost way too many possessions from him turning the ball over.
Morris outside. Rivers passes to McGee. Back to Rivers. Kicks it to Millsap. Gordon up on top. Patterson defending. Again, the Nuggets score.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
The Clippers trail. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Leonard on the wing. He's got 9. The 10-footer. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
Leonard hits them both. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Now Morris. And he lays it straight in. And the Nuggets lead by 1. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Leonard dishes to Patterson. Up in time. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Denver on top as they... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented, as always, by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them
And what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Paul Millsap. Austin Rivers is out there with Monte Morris. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Gordon in the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And Murray. Here we go. Jokic passes to Murray. Over Beverly. Murray, no good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's George. Buries it down low.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Passes it to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Outside, George. Yes, that goes in. George has got 4 this quarter.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Barton, wide open, he fires. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Barton's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nuggets. Barton against George. Good.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
And it's Murray with the jam. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Morris is checked in for Jamal Murray. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 1-point game. That
was nice. We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Huge.
Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Off the inbound, and George finishes inside. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
And here is Morris. And the pass to Jokic. Poke loose. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Michael Porter comes in for Paul Millsap. Will Barton, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. And Murray subbed in for Monte Morris. 6 to shoot. Here's Ibaka, and it comes off the front of the rim. For Denver, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
1:12 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Leonard kicks to George. Left side of Ibaka. To the middle. Kicks it out to Leonard. Trying to get open is Ibaka. It's good!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Murray against Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And Murray is so skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting to the charity stripe.
And the Clippers call time here. They're in front by 1. 44 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game.
Here's Bull. Got it.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length. This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
You know what? Their focus right now, every possession has to yield points. No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So it gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge shots. Tremendous job stepping up in a big way for them at the stripe.
George passes to Leonard. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have the foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it.
Pass to Leonard. Yes!
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.